As a starting point, I wanted to provide some context for the role that art can play in teaching science. And there were a couple of points that I wanted to focus on. One is that drawing is a way to gather information in the sciences, that it's a way to sharpen our skills as observers, that through drawing we take a closer look at the world. And so it pairs nicely with science instruction because it causes students to look more carefully at the natural world. Then another point was to talk about drawing as a way for students to create mental models. And there's a emphasis in the next generation science standards about this scientific and engineering practice, which is developing and using models. In order for us to make sense of a number of things that happen in the natural world, we have to create a model in our minds of what's going on. Many things in the natural world are not directly observable. And I think I mentioned this in my presentation, is that they happen too quickly for us to observe. They happen too slowly for us to observe on too small a scale or on too grand of a scale. And so students, as they become scientists, have to be able to create images in their minds of what's going on. So I want teachers to have these two main ideas of how the arts can assist students in becoming scientific thinkers. To get you started, we're going to do a little bit of pair sharing here. First with someone sitting next to you, and then I'm going to ask a series of questions. For the second question, I'm going to ask you to find a new partner. It's a little tight quarters here, but we'll do our best to move around. So the very first question that I would like you to talk about with a partner is an early memory of interacting with nature. An early memory of interacting with nature. I'd like you to talk about that with a partner, and you're going to have just a few seconds to do that, and I'll give you a little heads up when the time's up. So you can start now. An early memory of you interacting with nature. Okay, I have one.
I'm sure you've got it.
Okay, one of my first encounter with the ocean, I was probably, it's one of my earliest memories, and I was doing the thing of running out with the waves and coming back in as the waves came in, and I got distracted. This is the Pacific Ocean, California. I didn't get sucked in, but I got knocked over by the wave, and I remember like the salt in my mouth. I'd been, from Michigan. I never had an encounter with salt water before, and the sand and everything was like in my teeth. So it was like, it was very exciting and very scary at the same time. But it was definitely like, whoa, the ocean is the real deal. Yeah. How about you?
The first thing that came to mind was there was a creek behind our house, and I would go out with my brother with kitchen tongs to catch crawdads. And
Nice. I did some.
analyze them and compare them, and we could catch them.
Yeah, that's great.
Kind of fun. Probably around the field guys, gardening, climbing trees.
Okay. We'll have to compare more, like early nature. I know. Would have been mucking about. Your next question is an experience that you've had with art as an adult or as a child. So find a new partner and talk about that question. So I wanted to start that way because I think as teachers, we're constantly going back to our own experience, and the more we can connect with our own process as learners, I think the better job we do being receptive and sensitive to our students' experiences as learners. And that's going to be a recurring theme in this workshop, is your own experience as a learner, and then how does that inform how you approach teaching the ideas to your students.